Good morning, educators, and welcome to Diversity and Inclusion Sensitivity Training. My name is Meredith Thomas, and I'm a doctoral student at North Central University. Today, we'll explore some new tools for becoming more inclusive and welcoming for our students. We will learn strategies for differentiation, engaging in reflective practice, and we will learn how to handle some challenging situations we experience as educators. During the next four sessions, you will see how inclusive practices can help frame your teaching practices and understand your students. Even though today's workshop is remote, it will be hands on. You will network with your colleagues during our work sessions and learn to apply evidence based instructional strategies. When you leave today's workshop, you will have some new teaching strategies, resources on diversity, and a team of other educators you can continue this conversation with. You will participate in four interactive sessions today, where you're going to learn some very exciting instructional strategies while networking with other teachers. The first two sessions will cover instructional strategies you can add to your bag of tricks for exceptional learners and English language learners. Sessions 3 and 4 in today's workshop give you an overview of resources and techniques to help you engage with the community and address bullying in your classroom. In between sessions 2 and 3, you have a lunch and networking break. You'll notice today's workshop is divided into 4 tabs on this website. Each session is 45 minutes, and we'll break for lunch together, but you may decide the order in which you attend each session. Okay, so you will also notice I have linked a website called topia.io in the slides. During our lunch break, please visit the topia.io interactive conference facility and chat with other attendees. Topia is an engaging website that simulates the conversations we often have in the corridor when we're moving from one session to another. As you approach the other workshop participants in the virtual world, you'll see and hear them fade in, and as you walk away from each other, they will fade away. Topia is also a great place to access more resources and explore diversity and inclusion at your own pace. I will leave the topia.io virtual conference facility open after today's workshop so you can continue to network and browse the resources after our sessions today. So let me continue with an overview of diversity and inclusion in school. New educators have fresh, innovative ideas and knowledge of the newest educational technology and trends. Veteran teachers have experience and an understanding of how we do things here in Home Dell. They know the history and it impacted how the history impacted the climate and culture of the schools. And veteran teachers learned how to pick battles and navigate the tension they encounter from time to time with the students' parents or other community stakeholders. So we really do strike a balance between the newcomers and the veteran teachers. As educators, when you enter the classroom and read your curriculum guide, you recognize what is at stake. Yes, of course, the state testing and students' futures are on the line, but also a whole school year or more with these students. And if you do not relate to your students, engage them, and develop a strong rapport, it is going to be a long and difficult year for you and your students. We want every student to feel safe and seen in school, and most teachers would like to be approachable to their students. Given your limited time and resources, there's little wiggle room for the team building activities and fun conversations within the instructional day. So, how do you form these essential relationships with students while effectively implementing curriculum? How do you know when friends are just arguing or there's really bullying going on, right? How can we bring justice and the equity into our classrooms. While your curriculum guide tells you what content to teach, it does not tell you how to frame your instruction so that you are building relationships with your students and between your students. And when you consider your instruction through an inclusive lens where there is diversity and equity, you can tailor your instruction and pick the right tools to meet the goals of the curriculum while connecting with your students. So, where does this begin? Well, it begins with you. According to Tomlinson, the quality of our instruction rests squarely on how we are preparing teachers. Research suggests that teacher education programs too often fall short in preparing pre-service teachers for the inevitability of academically diverse classrooms. For example, pre-service teachers seldom, if ever, experience differentiated instruction when they're preparing in their teacher preparation programs. They generally have only one survey course about exceptional children to then understand the needs of academically diverse learners. And almost without exception, they report that this class deals exclusively with the learner's traits, offering little guidance on what to do with them. According to Dack and Triplett, new and pre-service teachers are rarely encouraged to actively differentiate instruction by educational professors, university supervisors, and master teachers. So that makes it actually a lot harder to make a habit of differentiating our instruction throughout our career. Veteran teachers, you're not off the hook yet either, though. Bressman et al. Found in their study that even veteran teachers need differentiated professional development. Wouldn't that be refreshing? And a trusted mentor to work with them regularly. But most importantly, we need to understand how our ignorance affects our students. First of all, students, whether gender nonconforming, lesbian, gay, bisexual, questioning, or cisgender, feel better when teachers understand LGBTQ plus issues. Secondly, teachers hold racial biases, whether we realize it or not. Obide's team of researchers found that while most of us are unlikely to assume Black children have autism more than white children do, 80% of teachers in their study were more likely to assume the Black students in their classes had a learning disability than the white students. So that's quite a discrepancy. And since the research shows us that our attitudes toward our students leads to a differential in our expectations, we need to understand where our biases are and learn to address them. So there are actually social justice standards that can frame our thinking. These are the two anti-bias curriculum texts written by Louise Derman Sparks and Julie Olson Edwards. Their work was foundational to the development of the social justice standards. The four goals of anti-bias education are identity, diversity, action, and justice. And learning for justice, social justice standards originated in the realization that Derman Sparks' four goals could be used as anti-bias domains: identity, diversity, justice, and action. Learning for Justice staff then broke these domains out into a full set of anchor standards. So there's 5 standards per domain. And those standards are linked in these slides, and they're available on the Topia Walk. You can access them there as well. So as we move forward in today's workshop, I want you to focus on these 4 goals, okay? We're going to aim to meet these 4 social justice standards. Each child will demonstrate self-awareness, confidence, family pride, and positive identities. Each student will express comfort and joy with human diversity, accurate language for human differences, and deep, caring human connections. Each child will increasingly recognize unfairness, have language to describe the unfairness, and understand that unfairness hurts. And finally, each child will demonstrate empowerment and the skills to act with others or alone against prejudice or discriminatory actions. And so, with that, I thank you for tuning into this introduction and keynote, and I hope you enjoy the rest of today's sessions. I look forward to seeing you in the Topia over lunch.